This is ABC 7 News at 6.
The state of Maine is in the midst of what many are calling an EMS crisis. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Devin Dagnall.
And I'm Beth Jones. As we continue to see a shortage of health care and emergency medical services, Senator Susan Collins has helped secure funding for EMS programs at Eastern Maine Community College as they work to train the next generation. Our Grace Blanchard shares more.
When people make a 911 call, they expect a trained professional will be there to help.
If you're an older person with health problems, you want to be sure that there's an ambulance with trained EMTs available to serve you.
While the state continues to grapple with EMS workforce shortages, Senator Susan Collins has secured nearly $3 million in congressionally directed spending to support EMS training at Eastern Maine Community College.
That's exactly the kind of innovation that we need to solve what really is a crisis in the state of Maine.
The funding has gone towards newly upgraded classroom instructional equipment, including a new ambulance. EMCC's president says the money is also helping them expand their nursing, medical radiography, and EMS programs to reach more students in rural areas by delivering remote learning options in cohorts.
That cuts down on their travel. It allows them to focus on their communities and ultimately end up working in their communities.
EMCC's EMS program director says the goal is to provide hands-on training that gives students the needed skills and confidence necessary for EMS services.
Folks participating in EMS have a lot of trust in their communities have a lot of trust in us, and we have to work hard to build that here at the foundational level.
We're sort of learning how to cope with the stress and think through the protocols even when we're maybe a little nervous, and that's been really helpful.
In Bangor, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A proposal that would make it a felony to endanger the welfare of a child who dies or is seriously injured as a result of exposure to drugs has the backing of Maine prosecutors and sheriffs. Under the current law, a parent who leaves illegal drugs where children could ingest them can only be charged with a misdemeanor, no matter the long-term impact the drug or drugs may have on the child. The proposal would also apply to parents or caregivers who leave guns where children can easily access them. If passed, the legislative proposal would make it a Class B felony if a child dies due to a reckless disregard for his or her safety, and a Class C crime if a child were seriously injured as a result of the same reason. Supporters say the bill will help protect children, but opponents disagree, saying enforcement could have unintended consequences.
It's hard for me to envision anybody more vulnerable than a baby that has fentanyl within their reach. And I take issue with the proposition that this law would further stigmatize or hinder rehabilitation efforts of parents in active addiction.
This bill would, as presented, criminalize victims of domestic violence for being victims when they fail to leave an abusive partner and that partner then seriously injures or kills their child.
The bill will now face a committee work session before being voted on by the full legislature.
Well, with the legislature as a whole failing to pass a supplemental budget last week, Democratic lawmakers are instead turning their focus on passing a budget without Republican support. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard has that story.
What we know is that the refusal of Republicans in the Senate to go along with the deal that they had actually agreed to previously means that they effectively torpedoed funding that was going to go to healthcare providers for services they've already provided.
Garrett Martin, the president of the Maine Center for Economic Policy, is talking about the failure of the Maine legislature last week in trying to pass a supplemental budget. Friday evening, the Appropriations and Financial Affairs Committee voted on a new budget that cleared the committee along party lines.
We also took those really important items from the supplemental budget, the funding for the Maine Care Program, for hospitals and nursing homes and pharmacy services, the funding for the spraying to protect our forests.
Republicans who failed to get behind the supplemental budget and are unlikely to get behind this new budget say, while they agree with funding the government, they don't agree with the Democrats on how certain services like Maine Care should be managed.
Well, I think we want Maine to pay its bills. Absolutely. It was something that we promised, and that's what we want. What we don't want is every other tax increase and program being put through without its time to be examined. And if they're going to put all that together, we have to stand for the long term, which in Maine is to make sure taxpayer money spent correctly.
When it comes to budgets in Maine, lawmakers have two options. If it clears both the House and the Senate with 2/3 majority, the funding can go into effect immediately. If they have to pass it with just a simple majority, they would need to end the entire legislative session, in which case the budget will go into effect after 90 days, which Martin says would be dire.
It will, without question, mean that we potentially have missed the window of opportunity to treat our forest for the spruce budworm. For the providers who have already seen cutbacks in the amount of reimbursement they're getting, they're either going to have to make the decision of can we sustain until we're made whole on this, or are we going to have to make some cuts in the near term that are going to affect the services available to the people that we serve.
According to Democrats, the legislature is not expected to take up the budget on Tuesday. At the State House, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Holden police say they arrested a man this morning as part of a month-long investigation regarding drug trafficking and theft. Our Callie Warren has more.
So we're investigating drug trafficking, mainly fentanyl.
After some painstaking police work, one man is in custody after Holden police caught up to him at a home on the Copeland Hill Road.
It's part of an ongoing drug and theft investigation. We have made one arrest. Michael Tardif was part of the target of this investigation. He was arrested on a separate warrant. Charges are still pending.
40-year-old Michael Tardif was arrested on an outstanding warrant and was later arrested at the Penobscot County Jail for theft and violation of conditional release. Holden police executed a search warrant at Tardif's home at 90 Copeland Hill Road in Holden, where they seized multiple items and detained 2 other individuals.
We've detained one other person. I'm not going to reveal his name right now. Actually, 2 other people, because they're not being charged with anything at this time.
Lieutenant Whitehouse says there are likely more charges to come.
And we expect in the coming days that we'll conclude this investigation with some other arrests and charges.
As the department cracks down on fentanyl trafficking in the community.
Fentanyl is a very dangerous drug, and it takes a very small amount for somebody to overdose and die on. You know, it's poisoning our communities, and we're going to continue to do the hard fight.
In Holden, Callie Warren, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
In other news, employment rose in Maine's 2 largest counties from September of 2023 to September of 2024. That is according to a report put out today by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. Now, together, York and Cumberland counties accounted for 41.7% of total covered employment within the state. Among the smaller 14 counties, Saginaw reported the highest average weekly wage. Franklin and Piscataquis counties reported the lowest average weekly wages in the state.
$2 million in grants will be going to 40 Maine businesses and nonprofit organizations. The funds will help support their recovery and rebuilding from the devastating storms last winter. The grant money comes from the storm relief package established by the governor with the bipartisan support of the legislature. Some of the recipients include Bass Harbor Cottages in Tremont, Moosabec Mussel in Jonesport, and Beach House at French's Point in Stockton Springs.
Alrighty, folks, well, let's go ahead and hit pause here and get a first check of our forecast.
All right, Beth and Devin, thank you. Your first weather is brought to you by Old Town Redemption, offering a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. Let's talk weather. And yeah, a wet day out there for us today. Scattered showers pretty much all day long. This could end as a bit of snow shower activity early parts of tomorrow morning. Until then, the radar is still pretty active across our area now, but the heaviest rain has pushed off to the east of us. We have light rain showers on the forecast all night long and pretty much lingering into tomorrow afternoon as well. Then we get a break in the action, followed by another system back to the west of us. That is going to bring us some more wet weather later on in the week. Until then, though, so again, this thing could end as a little bit of snow tomorrow about 6 o'clock in the morning. Won't be a lot at all. That quickly pushes out of here. And then tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a couple of sprinkles around. After we did this today, 51 here in Bangor, 53 Millinocket. We'll take it, but again, slightly cooler temperatures are in store for tomorrow. Our forecast then tonight, those rain showers out there, all rain for tonight with low temperatures above freezing. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth and Devin.
Thanks, Jeff. Coming up on ABC7 News at 6, our Jody Hersey was in Bath to highlight this year's USA Winter Championships.
Hurry into the Nissan Now sales event to save on an award-winning new Nissan, like the all-new Kicks and Murano. And our best-selling Rogue at the Nissan Now sales event. Nissan over 6 vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000.
Here we are, patient billing.
Whoa,
Who's that?
Oh, well, that's Mark. He marks up medicines.
340B medicine markups?
Bingo. As a nonprofit, we might pay a penny for a medicine. Mark marks it up to thousands of dollars, and we pocket the difference.
I hear we're buying up small hospitals, too.
More medicines to mark up.
You live in vacation land, right? Then get out and vacation, why don't you? And do it in style by renting an RV from Maine Campo Rentals. Fully furnished, fully insured, ready to roll out and explore. Or maybe you have relatives visiting you. Save your marriage, save the hotel expense, put them up in an affordable RV from Maine Campo Rentals. We'll deliver to Acadia and local campgrounds too. Call or visit online at MaineCampoRentals.com. Put away that cell phone and discover vacation land with Maine Campo Rentals in Brewer.
Here at Twin City Tire and Service, you will be working with industry professionals. We have ASE certified master technicians and certified tire and lube technicians. If we need your vehicle for a duration of time, we offer a complimentary shuttle service and can even offer a loaner vehicle. Being a client at Twin City Tire and Service means that we will treat you right. This includes a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on mechanical repairs. We also provide you with 1 year of complimentary roadside assistance. Come see us today at Twin City Tire and Service in Brewer.
Hurry into the Nissan Now sales event to save on an award-winning new Nissan, like the all-new Kicks and Murano. And our best-selling Rogue at the Nissan Now sales event. Get 4.49% financing for 60 months on Kicks.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Well, despite tensions between the U.S. and Canada over tariffs, young athletes visiting Maine to compete at swimming are coming together. We found swimmers from both countries competing in the Winter Championships over the weekend, where the athletes were making waves and building friendships at the same time. Our Jody Hersey has more.
Hundreds of swimmers from YMCAs across the state of Maine gathered to compete against one another and against athletes from Nova Scotia at the USA Winter Championships. This 4-day event is held every March at Bowdoin College.
Swimming is a really unique sport in that it is a team sport, but it is still very much an individual sport. You have kids that are often just trying to beat their own best time, but when they get in the pool and can compete against somebody who's equally as fast or faster than they are from a different team, it creates that sense of competition.
The Bangor YMCA Barracudas brought 44 swimmers to the event. Coach Sean Rich says that's double the amount from a year ago.
You know, the journey is important. You know, going to practice every day, you know, working hard, getting better is important. And so overall, it has a positive impact on them.
While the competition is fierce in the water, outside of the pool is where these swimmers are making connections, discussing maple syrup, the difference between yards versus meters, and exchanging souvenirs.
They've been handing out like little Canadian flag pins. And other teams, if you want, you could trade caps for some of their caps, which is pretty cool.
Of course, there is big competition here, people we've never seen before. But yeah, like when we're looking at the heat sheets, like lots of us have made our finals, so I think we're doing really well.
Each swimmer here giving their all to their team, their sport, and the country that they love.
At the end of the day, it's not about whether this team won or lost. It's about, did this child do what they wanted to do in the pool and accomplish the goal that they had set out to accomplish.
In Brunswick, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, those interested in the sport of swimming can contact the Bangor YMCA and ask about the future Barracudas program or register for the upcoming spring and summer swim team. That looks like a good time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great exercise, great way to get out and just meet some new people.
Meet some new people. Yeah, and swimming is tough.
Oh, yeah,
so
absolutely.
I think some people underestimate it because you're in a pool, you're not pounding your joints on the pavement, but that is full body every single stroke.
It's very difficult.
Yeah.
I'm more of a sinker than a swimmer, so like I know how hard it can be.
I think in a pinch. You'd probably be just fine.
Well, still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, our Alex Schley was in Bangor to highlight the celebration of St. Patrick's Day.
And in sports, Maine men's hockey is heading back to TD Garden in Boston after another home quarterfinal win. We'll have that story after the break.
Tell the insurance company you mean business. Call Joe Bornstein, right now.
Call the firm that has been getting justice for Mainers for 50 years. If you've been injured in an accident, call Joe.
Looking to save on the foods you love? Just shop store brands at Hannaford and get more tacos for Tuesday, more sprinkles for your Sunday, more OJ for, well, every day. And with our brands, you get the lowest price on the shelf, plus 2% rewards on every purchase. Now that's savings with a cherry on top. Savings you can count on. At Hannaford, it's in the bag.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Hey, there he is. Let's do this. You could get 4.99 for 60 on an adventure-seeking all-wheel drive RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
So the Ellington has this stunning double pedestal base, nailhead detailing, and a removable leaf for just $12.99.
This looks just like the one we saw at the other store.
Only theirs is on sale. Wait, no, it's off sale. No, it's on sale. Off sale. On sale. Off sale.
Bob's is still hundreds less.
We don't do phony sales, just the everyday low prices you deserve.
When you get our lowest prices every day, there's only one thing to say. Oh, my Bob!
When Raoul's Garage in Dover Foxcroft wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Raoul's Garage has been serving customers in the greater Dover Foxcroft region since 1946. Our goal is not just selling you a vehicle, but also giving you quality service to maintain your vehicle at peak performance.
There was no salt or sand.
And because of that, I slipped and fell.
You need a powerful law firm to go after every dollar you may deserve.
I needed to protect my rights.
Call Joe, the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
I never thought I'd get that much.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start with some hockey here. For the second straight year, Maine men's hockey hosting a Hockey East quarterfinal game. And for the second straight year, it's the Black Bears taking care of business in dominant fashion. After a scoreless first period, Maine exploded on offense on Saturday night. 7 different Black Bears found the back of the net in their 7-1 win over Hockey East 6th seed UMass Lowell. One of the scorers was Maine captain and graduate forward Lyndon Breen. Breen missed a good chunk of the season to a lower leg injury. He returned to the lineup in late February, and right here, you'll watch him score his first goal since a hat trick in November, back when he got injured. Also, it's coming in his last game at Alfond Arena, which just added much more motivation.
A lot of work for us to get to this point, and, you know, our message is, whether it's playoffs or not, this is the last game here for the group together as a whole, and you know, we weren't going to let them get a sniff all night, and you know, to play a team like us that doesn't give up no matter the score, it's, you know, it's a long night for our team. That's what we plan on building next weekend.
After a slow second half of the season offensively, Maine has really picked it up lately. For the second straight week, they were voted 4th in the country in the USCHO poll, and they were ranked 3rd in the pairwise. The 7 goal scorers on Saturday is just a testament to the depth they have from the top to the bottom of the roster.
Again, that's our depth and that's our culture. I mean, we got guys every night that are in and out that are scoring goals even when they're in and out. You know, that's really big for us, and that's our culture.
Yeah, I mean, that's the strength of our team is our depth, and had a lot of guys. I thought everyone showed up tonight.
The Black Bears take on Northeastern on Thursday night at 7:30 in Boston. The winner plays for a Hockey East championship, and also a big congratulations to head coach Ben Barr. He was named a Hockey East Coach of the Year finalist earlier on Monday. Moving on to some other news now. For the second time in 2 years, Husson University is beginning a nationwide search for their next director of athletics. After taking the job in 2023, athletic director John Sutyak is moving on for a position at the University of Southern Maine. Since Sutyak was hired, the Eagles have won 11 conference championships and 8 regular season championships across all sports. They've also qualified for 7 NCAA tournaments while hosting a regional for softball last spring. Sutyak will remain in his current role through May 10th. In a statement sent out on Monday, Husson University President Lynn Koyogan writes that Sutyak has worked tirelessly for Husson since his arrival. He's been instrumental in developing their partnership with the Nexus Licensing Group and starting the chapter of the Chi Alpha Sigma Student Athlete Honor Society, closing by wishing him the best. In his own statement, Sutyak writes that the decision to leave is one of the hardest of his professional career, that he and his family have received love and support from students, staff, and faculty at Husson, and closes by saying the experiences he's had watching Husson's student athletes thrive has been phenomenal. Wishing him the best of luck. That is all the time we have for sports for now. Here's Jeff Weller with your full 5-day forecast. Jeff?
All right, Tyler, thank you. Tonight's weather is brought to you by Blazing Trails in Lincoln. Blazing Trails provides outstanding products and customer service to Penobscot County. They're blazing the trails to holistic medicine. Let's talk weather. Look at the lows today. 48 for a low here in Bangor, 47 Millinocket, 45 for Rockland, 40 for Greenville, all way above the averages for today. Then high temperatures, 51 here in Bangor, 53 Millinocket. We'll take it. It felt like spring with the showers across the area as well. All right, so pretty much a northeast wind all day long today. Not bad at all, but it's going to pick up again tomorrow as we have more wind gusts on the way for later on tonight and throughout the day tomorrow, before it finally dies down about this time tomorrow evening. And then Wednesday looks probably wind-free around here, at least for several hours. Until then, though, we have a small craft advisory out there through tomorrow morning for wave heights approaching 4 to 6 feet. And back off to the west of us, that is a flood advisory. More on that here in just a minute or two. Until then, though, today, lots of rain showers across the area today. Nothing really heavy, but persistent rain will linger into tonight and probably into tomorrow morning, where it could end as a little bit of light snow tomorrow morning. In fact, here's the radar. Darker colored greens mean the moderate rain shower out there now. That's pushing off toward the east, but notice where it's coming from, right out of the south here. So it's going to keep going for several more hours. There isn't really a back edge to this anywhere soon. It's going to keep going for several hours tonight into tomorrow morning, where it could end as a little bit of light snow early parts of tomorrow morning. This system here will not bug us at all, but this system here will. We're in a very active pattern currently with more rain in the forecast later on in the week. Until then, though, here's tonight, looking at rain showers out there. Now, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, still some light rain shower activity, but also some light snow shower activity across the area. This will not be anything big, no accumulation from this. So just know we'll have light rain showers changing to some snow showers overnight tonight. And then a nice day for us into Wednesday, into Thursday before our next system gets in here later on Friday. And that's going to bring us some more rain and potentially some heavier snow showers on Friday. Rainfall looks like this. So another half inch, maybe an inch of rainfall is on the way. We had a soaking rainfall across the region today, and then another one's coming in here, of course, on Friday into Saturday with more wet weather on our way. Our forecast then tonight, though, is rain mixing with some snow out there, likely around daybreak tomorrow morning, with low temperatures right near freezing at 32 for tomorrow. All right, so early morning, some snow, followed by mostly cloudy skies. High temperatures a bit cooler tomorrow, near 48, with that north wind gusting near 25. Then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows tomorrow 48, 54 for Wednesday. There's the first day of spring on Thursday, 51. And then rain showers are back in the forecast for Friday, likely ending as some snow early Saturday morning.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Still more to come right after the break.
Visit your local Cadillac dealer today.
No matter where you are in Maine, the new WorkSource Maine Virtual Career Center is here to help. The Maine Department of Labor, along with local workforce boards, has a new virtual career center ready to assist and connect Mainers. Job seekers get free career coaching, training, and job search help. Employers find hiring support and workforce training programs. It's easy, it's free, and it's built for Maine. Visit myworksourcemaine.gov today.
When it comes to your home, go to the source. Go to R&B's Home Source in Madison. R&B's Home Source has home comfort, convenience, and savings all wrapped up in one location. From the living room to the dining room to the bedroom, we have some of the best values in furniture and bedding. For the kitchen, R&B's Home Source has top-notch appliances from fridges to ranges, even washers and dryers. And sit back and relax with quality electronics. We service everything we sell too. For your home, go to the source. R&B's Home Source, Lakewood Road, Madison.
At US Cellular, you don't have to choose between a great deal on the phone you want and the phone plan that's right for you.
You can get both. 4 free phones of your choice and 4 lines for just $90.
Wow, kids, that's like us not having to choose between tickets to wrestling or that puppet musical.
We want a great phone and a great plan too, don't we, little guy?
Get both. 4 free phones of your choice plus 4 lines for $90. No trade-in needed. US Cellular, built for us.
PepsiCo announces a deal to purchase a prebiotic soda company. The soda brand says it agreed to buy Poppi for $1.95 billion on Monday. The announcement comes as the soda industry faces criticism from the President Trump administration, including Health and Human Service Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who has labeled soda as poison. Meanwhile, sales for prebiotic drinks are expected to be on the rise, as Coca-Cola predicts products like Poppi will bring in more than $2 billion by 2029. PepsiCo says the deal features $300 million in cash tax benefits, bringing the price of the net purchase to about $1.65 billion.
Well, a new exhibit at the Maine Maritime Museum in Bath is attracting readers of all ages. Upon that aisle in Maine is a temporary exhibit showcasing the stories and work of Camden children's author and illustrator Chris Van Dusen. Many readers know the Camden author's famous books like The Circus Ship or his tales about Mr. McGee and his dog Dee. The museum even has a station where visitors can learn to draw Dee by hand. That's where we found Holly Ross of Kennebunkport, who remembers Chris Van Dusen from his younger days.
Yes, we grew up in the same town. I mean, we were probably at high school at different times, and he had many brothers, and but some of them, and I believe it was Chris, did a puppet show business back in the day.
The Chris Van Dusen exhibit will be on display at the Maine Maritime Museum in Bath until March of 2026. The museum is open 7 days a week from 9:30 a.m. until 5 p.m.
Well, the Guinness started flowing bright and early this morning in Bangor with Irish pub Patty Murphy's opening its doors at 6 a.m. Our Alex Schley tells us the rain didn't stop folks in Bangor from celebrating the luck of the Irish.
The St. Patrick's Day celebration kicked off early Monday morning at Patty Murphy's in Bangor.
We were here at 5 a.m.
Martha Ward was the first in line, showing up before the sun came up.
I think it was 5:30 by the time other people showed up. So
Patty Murphy's has made it a tradition to open at 6 a.m. on St. Patrick's Day.
Opened the Irish pub here in 2007, and it's been our tradition for 6 a.m. on St. Patty's Day. And it's a great time.
For many, going to Patty Murphy's at 6 a.m. every year has become part of their holiday tradition.
I don't know, we started about 10, 12 years ago, and it's just something we have to do every year.
For others, this was their first time taking part in the tradition.
My best friend, Abby. She's on Team Murph. She works here. Off duty, off the clock. Yes. Had to come here. And yeah, we're really excited. It's St. Patrick's Day.
This group of UMaine students waited to leave for spring break so they could take part in the celebration.
We'll leave tomorrow, you know. We're here. We had to be here at Patty Murphy's today. 6 a.m. We start drinking, and there's nothing like it.
The pub will have live music, food, and drink specials all day.
You know, we have a really loyal, dedicated following, and the folks who come this early are really just want to have a great time in a nice, relaxed atmosphere.
Patty Murphy's will be open until 1 a.m. Tuesday morning. In Bangor, I'm Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
We certainly hope if you're out celebrating that you get home safely.
Absolutely.
All right, well, that is going to do it for us, folks. From everybody here at ABC 7 News, take care and have a great night.
And for more of your local news, you can join us over on Fox 22 News Tonight at 6:30.
This week, the aftermath of the extreme weather that hit.
Any problem in your house?
No.
There was no problem. So what made you get rid of the dog?
Because I was being harassed.
It's probably the same reason that the woman gave the dog to you. So, got to be careful. But I'm glad, hopefully, the dog found a home and a family where there were.
Acreage to run on. She got acreage to run on.
Good. Okay. You owe the plaintiff $800. Judgment for the plaintiff. Thank you very much.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
I'm actually just excited to get my money back, and we've had to pay all the vet bills and everything. We just wanted to be reimbursed. That's all we really wanted to do.
Well, I don't think it's very fair. I told my side of the story. She just didn't believe me. Just not a lot I can do about it.
Thank goodness it wasn't my kids. Like, I was scared, like so petrified. Like, that's the only thing that I was thinking. Like, that's why I rushed down as fast as I could.
I was the one that was out there risking my hands breaking them up.
And I was actually the one that kind of like helped get, my dog.
I slapped Snickers on the butt.
So if I wouldn't have happened, it probably would have gotten a lot worse.
It's non-existent. We don't talk anymore.
He's way better. He's really skittish. It's kind of sad, like really sad.
I hope we can just get over it, go back to being neighborly.
He's scared of his own leash. So, but I mean, I'm just glad he's okay.
This is Fox 22 News Tonight.
The state of Maine is in the midst of what many are calling an EMS crisis. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Devin Dagnall.
And I'm Beth Jones. As we continue to see a shortage of health care and emergency medical services, Senator Susan Collins has helped secure funding for EMS programs at Eastern Maine Community College as they work to train the next generation. Our Grace Blanchard has more.
When people make a 911 call, they expect a trained professional will be there to help.
If you're an older person with health problems, you want to be sure that there's an ambulance with trained EMTs available to serve you.
While the state continues to grapple with EMS workforce shortages, Senator Susan Collins has secured nearly $3 million in congressionally directed spending to support EMS training at Eastern Maine Community College.